I've interned in both the UK and China. Got a culture shock for both. The one in China was definitely a shock. Many people here are curious about what I study at uni. I think because of my content, a lot of people assume I do linguistics or languages or sociology, which sounds really fun. But I actually did engineering. And worse, I did chemical engineering. So a lot of maths and physics, traumatizing. A little bit of chemistry. I think that's a big misconception people have about chemical engineering, that there's a lot of chemistry and a lot of students be like, oh, I love chemistry, let's do chemical engineering. And then they ended up with maths and physics. Anyway, so I've interned in both the UK and China, and I've got a culture shock for each. The one in the UK was more of an observation, and the one in China was definitely a shock. So when I was working in the UK, I shit you not, every hour, a couple hours or so, there's gonna be someone suggesting a tea break. And everybody would just head to the kitchen, make themselves a cup of Yorkshire tea or coffee, and biscuits. There's always gonna be biscuits, and just chit chat. I'm not even exaggerating. Every day there's gonna be at least 3 or 4, sometimes even 5 tea breaks. That's a lot of tea. I've never had that much tea in my entire life. The stereotypes are real, right? We love our teas. Personally, I'm happy with 1, 2 max. 4 or 5, that's actually insane. In China, this one's a really interesting one. First day, got there, got to know my colleagues. It's a Chinese company, all of my colleagues are Chinese or a little bit older than me. Went for lunch, came back to the office. They will close the curtains, and some of them will pull out these foldable beds that you bring to camping or to the beach, and they would take a nap. I was like, what's going on? The entire office was just pitch dark and nobody's talking. Everybody was just taking a nap. And I was the only intern there, and I didn't know what to do, so I would just rest my head on the table and read my Kindle, try to blend in. 15-20 minutes later, they will open the curtains again and back to work. Every single day, there's gonna be 20 minutes of pitch darkness and silence in the entire office. Apparently it's a thing. A lot of people do that in China. Go to lunch, come back, take a nap, back to work. I guess we just love our naps. I think there's a word in China, it's called 闭目养神. So you close your eyes and nurture your energy. Sometimes you're not necessarily asleep, you're just like closing your eyes. A bit like meditation, I guess. You just close your eyes and rest to your body. Sometimes you just see people closing their eyes. It's not that they're not doing well, they're literally just 闭目养神. They just shut the entire world out and regain their own energy.